Welcome back. You're watching Breaking News right here on CNN News 18. Our next story comes into us from Telangana, where the face-off between the government and the governor, Tamilisai Sundararajan, very much continues. This is an escalation that's been going on over the last 2 years, but now the Supreme Court has agreed. It has agreed that it's going to be hearing Telangana government's plea seeking directions to the state governor to give her assent to 10 key bills. They're going to be doing this month on the 27th. These are 10 key bills that the state legislature says has been pending before her. You'll remember back in January, it seemed as if on the directions of the High Court in Telangana, the government and the governor had reached a deal of sorts. It seemed as if after almost 2.5 years of being in loggerheads, the two had reached a compromise. Obviously, after the state government decided to take this first to the Telangana High Court and then to the Supreme Court, with the Supreme Court now hearing this issue on the 27th, more will be made clear on that date. Now, let's go over to my colleague Ananya to understand more. Ananya, with the Supreme Court saying they're going to be hearing the plea, what can our audiences expect on the 27th?
On the 27th of March, when the matter actually comes up before the topmost court of the country, will be hearing how the Telangana government would be saying that the bills are already pending. In fact, with the Telangana governor, and these 10 bills are to be passed because they've already been passed by the Telangana Parliament, but then Telangana, in fact, Assembly. But at the same point of time, they're pending with the governor, and they should be passed on. They would be citing various laws with regards to how governor cannot actually intervene with the bills that are passed by. In fact, by the Assembly itself. So we'll be hearing a lot of arguments. The matter was mentioned before the Chief Justice of India today, who said that the matter would come up next Friday. However, the senior advocate Dushan who mentioned this particular matter said that if at all it can be taken up on Monday, then the matter has now been posted for March 27. So a lot of fireworks expected, both on the side of the Telangana government and on the governor. We've seen how there is a rift between the governor and the government there in Telangana. So what happens next is something that we'll be looking forward to on March 27.
Ananya, I want to understand from you, back in January, when the Telangana government had taken this to the High Court, you'd had the High Court express doubts on its powers in this kind of issue. I believe specifically they'd said that courts have very limited powers in such areas. When it comes to the Supreme Court, how has the Supreme Court in the past looked at these issues, and how do its powers extend in such a case? All right, I think we've actually lost connection with my colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, our legal correspondent, bringing us an update on that entire story. Ananya, we didn't hear you. Could you answer that question again, please?
Well, yes, we've seen how Supreme Court has dealt with the issue when it came to the tussle between the Delhi government and, in fact, the Lieutenant Governor in the national capital. We've seen how there have been different issues that are pending before the topmost court of the country with similar nature. However, the Supreme Court too has said that there is a very, very limited power of judicial review when it comes to such issues where there's a tussle between the governor and, in fact, the particular government therein. So we'll have to see and wait, because this is a battle between a political party and a constitutional court. So how much of ambit the judicial review remains is something that is to be seen on March 27. And also very, very importantly, we'll have to see as to what arguments will be put forth by both these sides to justify their position and to justify the relief they're being sought by the Telangana government into this particular case.
I want to ask you, Ananya, all right, Ananya, we have run out of time. Thank you for bringing us context on that story.